turns out there's going to be a PC Engine Mini in the not too distant future. Well, I actually have a PC Engine. Well, two, as you can see. Unfortunately, this one is completely broken, so I bought one of these. Now this one had a region mod on it, but this one doesn't. I managed to find a nice little adapter here, so I can play all of my American games and I can play my Japanese games, and I have a little bit of a mixture of both. I'm going to play Pacland. So this box here is pretty much just a box, there's nothing else in there. And you have this CD case-like case. So there you go, TurboGrax 16 Hue card, even though they are referred to as turbo chips in the instruction books. Thank you for buying this advanced turbo chip game card, Pacland. Before using your new turbo chip game card, please read this instruction manual carefully. Familiarise yourself with the proper use of your TurboGrax 16 Super Entertainment Super System. They really do make it sound good. Look, they call it a TurboGrax 16 Entertainment Super System. Wow, can't wait. I'll need to use this. So here it is all set up with my adapter plugged in. Looks a bit stupid sticking out the end like that. And this was actually quite an expensive adapter, but it all works, so here we go. Oh god, that noise. Anyway, this is Pacland, and these are the good friends of Pac-Man in the Pacland, even though there isn't any names up there. So before you start this, you might want to change the controls, because the default is using the buttons to move left and right. So change that to lever control. Can't go any further left. This does look very nice and cartoony, and in fact that is because it's based on a cartoon. There was in fact a Pac-Man cartoon a long time ago by Hanna-Barbera. Ooh, careful. But I think the PC Engine is such a cool little machine. In a way, it is just basically like a Mega Drive. You might think on paper it's about halfway between an 8-bit and a 16-bit system, but it really does sit a lot closer to the 16-bit machines than it does to the 8-bit machines. And it's got its own kind of quirky sound chip as well, which is not completely unique, but you don't hear that kind of sound on very many other systems. So this is definitely a platform game, but you can see there's not really a huge amount of platforming at the moment. You can push some of these objects behind, but I don't really know what this does. But there you go, I'm upside down. seem like sometimes it does throw enemies at you quite randomly. Oh, I don't think that bridge is coming back. Will it come back if I go this way? Never mind. It should come back now, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. And keep pressing the jump button. Oh yeah, look at that. All them ghosts just behind me. And here we go, here's the end of the trip. So the nice fairy has given me some new boots. And if you keep pressing the jump button, then you can keep jumping. So yeah, I said that was the end of the trip. That isn't actually the end of the trip. You have to make your way back home to your family. So this game was released on the TurboGrax 16 and the PC Engine around 1989-1990. But the original game was made in 1984 in the arcades. And that's notable because that actually predates pretty much every other platform game, or every other scrolling platform game. There we are, back home to our family. I guess we have another fairy in our hat to take back. But this game predates Super Mario Brothers. It predates Ghosts and Goblins, and it predates, well, pretty much everything else after that as well. Wonder Boy, Alex Kidd in Miracle World, all those sorts of games. So they don't actually copy much from this game. As you can see, it seems to have quite a lot of its own ideas. And I've got to say that there aren't any really terrible game mechanics here. It's just very different to what you're used to. But I quite like it actually. One problem is that the game does get very difficult very quickly. And people don't really think about this game when they talk about the history of arcade games and the history of gaming. Of course, a lot of people talk about Pac-Man, the original Pac-Man, but this really should be up there with the more famous games because it really is the first scrolling platform game as far as I know. Oh, got that just in time. Don't go in the water. Oh yeah, and if you jump just at the end there, then you do get a little points bonus. But the odd thing about the whole library, quite a lot of games, possibly even the majority of games, are on CD. And unfortunately, to play that you have to buy the CD add-on, or a model that supports CDs. But that's not the end of it, you also have to buy a memory expansion, which comes in the form of a little Hue card that you can plug in. So there's loads and loads and loads of different types of games for it. Oh no. Is that a game over? Well, so now I am the good friend of Pac-Man, a very good friend of Pac-Man. I made it all the way to round 7. So let's just take a quick look at the last trip. Oh god, no messing about here. Go on, Andy, you can make it. Oh no, you could have avoided that. But yeah, I quite like this game. I was expecting it to be like a really simple, kind of boring game, given its age. But no, it's just very different. Oh god, how are you going to get out of that one? Oh my god. I'm not prepared for this. You have to start from there to make it across. I might just have to call it a day here. Yep. Okay, well that is Pacland. So there you have it. Thank you for watching my video.